Hi everyone, welcome you all. This is Pavan. In the today's video, I'm going to show you the roadmap to QA or automation tester. And at the end of the video, you will understand how to become an automation testers and what are the tools and technologies should be learned to become an automation testers. So nowadays, there are many people who are interested to learn automation testing, and especially they want to become an automation testers. And people who are already working on manual testing also, they wanted to shift their career to the automation testing. But the problem is in the market, there are so many technologies, so many tools are available. And what are the tools we have to learn to become an automation testers? What are the tools are having more demand in the market? And what type of tools we have to learn to become an automation tester? So there are a lot of questions in their mind. So especially in this video, I'm going to address all those questions. At the same time, I will just guide you. So what are the tools we have to learn to become an automation tester? Okay. So suppose if you want to become an automation tester, so initially you should know the software testing basics, which is very, very important. So initially you have to learn the software testing basics. Means what? Even if you are working on under manual testing, so you already know about these concepts. Suppose if you want to start career in automation also, you should learn some basic concept from software testing, like SDLC and STLC, software development lifecycle and software testing lifecycle, and different types of testings like non-functional, functional type of testings, and different techniques you have to learn like BVA, boundary value analysis, equivalence class partition and decision table, error guessing. There are different techniques are there, so you have to learn all those techniques, testing techniques. And those techniques are very useful for writing the test cases and identifying the test data and so on. And nowadays, many companies are using agile process. You have to know about the agile methodology or agile process. So how things will happen in the agile process, and what is your role in the agile process? What is the scrum and what are the scrum master roles and responsibilities? So these things you should have some basic idea about the agile methodology. And the bug tracking tools, so you have to know some bug tracking tools, how we need to find the bugs and how we can report those bugs to the developer. And once you report it, how many states the bug is going on, and finally how we can track the bugs. So all this information you have to know. And finally you need to also know about some test management tools, where exactly how we can write our test cases, how we can manage our test results, right? How we can manage our bugs along with the test cases. So we can manage all those stuff by using test management tools. So if you have some basic idea about test management tools and bug tracking, it can be any tool. Okay, you need to have some basic idea like how we can track the bugs and how we can manage all the testing process using test management tools. So if you want to start a career in software testing, especially in automation, even though if you are starting a career in automation, you should definitely know these concepts. So at least a basic idea you should have. Okay. And once you have done this, the next level is you have to learn at least one programming language, which is very, very important for automation testing. Whichever language you like, whichever language is having more demand in the current market, you can learn those languages. Especially the Java is having more popularity, and also Python, and also JavaScript, C Sharp, SQL. So there are many languages are there, and choose one of the language whichever you like, and learn that particular programming language, which is very, very important. And apart from these programming languages, you need to have some basic idea about the SQL, structure query language, because you are going to work with the database also. We need to do some kind of testing from the database. So for that, you need to learn the SQL commands. So SQL commands are very much required for testing career. So learn any one programming language. So SQL is also a kind of a language, which is structure query language. And this language especially used to interact with the database. If you want to communicate with the databases, we need a language that is called SQL. So you can learn this SQL very easily. And along with this, you should know at least one programming language. Either it can be Java or Python, JavaScript, C Sharp, or whatever it is. And which is very, very important. At least one programming language you should have an idea before starting automation. If you go with any other tool, but programming language is mandatorily required. And initially you can start writing the simple and very basic programs, and try to use some operators, looping statement, conditional statement, arrays, strings. You can practice those concepts initially and slowly try to understand object oriented programming concepts, and then you can learn basic type of collections. So all those things, so which are very, very important before learning the automation testing. So programming will play very, very important role in automation testing. Okay, so which is very, very important. So after learning the programming language, once you're familiar with one programming language, then you can start with the web automation testing. So web automation testing. So here we will basically test the web applications which are accessible through browser. So there are again so many tools are there in the market, And here I have listed out some of the very tools which are very popular in the market, in the current market especially. So you can use or you can learn these tools, especially Selenium is having more demand still in the current market. So a lot of companies are using Selenium, and it is basically it is a free and open source. And the combination of with Java and Selenium is having more demand in the current market. And also you can learn Python with the Selenium combination, because Selenium support all kinds of languages. You can learn Selenium with Java, Python, JavaScript, C Sharp, and so on. So which is having more demand in the current market. So if you want to learn any web automation tool, first you can start with the Selenium along with the Java or Python. And after that, learn some framework like Cucumber. So Cucumber is kind of a BDD style of framework, and nowadays people are using this particular framework, which is very popular, which is well established in the market. So even if you're going for our Selenium automation testing, all the test cases will be written in the BDD style. For that, we use a Cucumber framework. And apart from this, there are some other tools also there, like Cypress is also there, by which we can do web automation as well as API automation, and Catalan is also there. So you can use one of the tool. Selenium is very popular tool. You can learn Selenium. After that, you can learn some frameworks and other tools, and which are having more demand in the market. And apart from this, and you need to also learn some build tools like Maven or Grid is also there. So you have to learn one of the build tool. And first priority will always go to Maven, and then if you are having time, then you can learn the Gradle also. So you have to learn some build tool, and you can learn configuration management tool or version control tool like Git and GitLab, or Git and GitHub, or GitLab and Bucket, Bitbucket, and Jenkins. Jenkins is a continuous integration tool, and Docker is a container management. So these are all very, very important for automation testing. But initially you can start learning Selenium with Java or Selenium with Python, then Cucumber. And after that you can learn some Maven, GitHub commands and Jenkins, and then you can learn Docker commands and so on. So if you learn all these things, you are eligible for automation tester. Then you can apply jobs for automation tester. So at least you should have some basic knowledge on programming, and then you need to have basic idea about the automation. You have to learn automation tools in depth. Okay, no, basic level knowledge is not enough, because if you are going as an automation tester interview, people will ask you definitely all the type of questions, and they will check whether you are eligible for, or you are capable to do their projects or not. So in and out, you have to know each and everything from these particular tools. Okay, this is the next thing. So once you learn some web automation tool, then you can enhance your skill. So till here, you are eligible for automation tester. If you know some software testing basics, and if you know the programming, then if you learn the web automation testing, then you are eligible for automation tester job. But apart from that, nowadays market is also expecting some more skills. Like web automation is only for one side, like front-end application testing. But if you know the back-end testing also, there will be very good demand is there in the market. So along with the web automation, if you know the back-end testing like API testing, so your profile will be very stronger, and the company will give you more preference to you. So till here, you are eligible for automation tester interview. And then if you want to enhance your skills in automation, then you can choose either API testing or mobile testing. So in the market, API testing, mobile testing, there are again so many tools are there in the market. All right, so you can choose one of the tool. If I just go to the API, again we have a Postman tool, and we can do manual testing of APIs, and the SoapUI is also there, and RestAssured is also there. RestAssured API is also using to test the REST APIs especially. This is also one of the API, and which will work along with the Java, and you can learn RestAssured. This is purely automation, but using Postman, SoapUI can also do the manual testing of APIs. And the Karate API is also there in the market. So you can learn these tools to perform the API testing. Okay, so which is basically comes under backend testing. And apart from this, if you want to go as a mobile app testing, and if there is any specific requirement in your company, especially the mobile testing, because not all companies will use mobile testing, there are few number of companies will test their products in the mobile, especially mobile apps. So whichever companies designing the mobile application, so they will do the mobile app testing. So in those companies, they will prefer to use mobile testing. So if you want to automate any mobile app test cases, then you can use Appium as a tool. And by using Appium, you can perform the mobile app testing, and you can also do manual testing on the mobile applications. And if you want to automate, you can use Appium. So these are the tools which are available in the market to perform the API testing. So till here, software testing basics, and one of the programming language, then web automation. So till here you are eligible for automation tester. And to enhance your skills, then you can learn API and also mobile automation testing, API or mobile automation testing, whichever you are interested on, and which will enhance your skills as an automation testers. And also your profile will be shortlisted very soon if you put these skills in your resume, because which will make your resume very stronger. Only if you put web application, maybe the calls are very less, but if you add API testing along with this web application testing, web automation testing, you will get a lot of calls, because a lot of companies are demanding web application, web testing along with the API testing. Okay, so because API testing will reduce a lot, which will reduce a lot of cost from the company. So before doing a web automation, we will test the APIs first, and then we will do the web automation. So nowadays, almost 70 to 80% of the testing is done on the APIs. Only 30 to 40% of the testing we will do on the web automation. So that's the reason companies are looking for the people who are having multiple skill set, especially the combination of web automation and also API or mobile automation. So the next one is, and still if you want to enhance your skills, you can also focus on the performance and security testing. And actually when you do performance security testing, there is a separate team will be there, because there is special kind of skill set is required to perform the performance and security testing. So normally functional testers will not do the performance and security testing. So there is a special kind of skills are required to do the performance or security testing. And also the environment also a little bit different than normal functional testing environment. So performance security testing also you can focus. And here also there are so many tools are there, and wherever you go, manual testing and automation testing both will be there. And especially performance and security testing also, there are so many tools there, and especially Jmeter and Load Runner. These are the two more popular tools are available in the market. And again, Jmeter is again more popular than Load Runner, because Jmeter is a completely free and open source. Load Runner is a license based. So nowadays most companies are preferring to use open source tools. So even though there are good tools are available in the market which are license based, so that is the reason companies are always looking for the open source. Okay, so in the market, so even though if you have a good number of tools are there in the market, but still those tools are not becoming very popular because they are licensed. Okay, we need to buy the license for those tools, then only we can use it. So that's the reason many companies are not focusing on those type of tools. So always companies are looking for open source tool to reduce their budget, especially in automation. Okay, so Jmeter is an open source, so people are trying to use Jmeter to perform the performance testing. Along with the performance, we can also test the APIs or API testing and API performance testing, everything including by using Jmeter tool. And Load Runner is also available in the market. If your companies are using Load Runner tool specifically, then you can learn Load Runner. So these are the performance testing tools are available in the market. And when you come to the security also, nowadays security testing is having more demand, and which is very, very important also, because there are a lot of things are happening in the market, like hacking is happening. So security is having more demand nowadays. It becomes more valuable. Companies are giving more importance to the security testing. So whenever you have developed some application which definitely requires some security, especially if it is an online application and which is able to access through internet banking, right? So for that, security testing is very much required if it is any kind of application. So there are so many tools are there, especially many people will use something called Burp Suite and Vega, and there are so many tools are there. You can do some kind of research on this, and whichever tool is you like and whichever tool the companies are preferring to use, you can learn those particular tools. So security testing is also one of the area you can more focus on this, and which is also having more demand. Even in the coming days, security is become very, very demand. So because nowadays itself, there is so much hacking is happening, especially financial applications and banking applications, right? So there are so many frauds are happening. So to reduce all those things, we have to do security testing, which is very, very important, and also which is having more demand in the market. Right? When you compare with other type of testing, it is little difficult, and we need to have some special type of skill set, but still which is having more demand. And if you know the security or performance testing, so the companies will pay more other than rest of the tools or designations. If you go as a performance tester or security tester, you can gain a lot of package. Okay, so this is another area you can focus after completing of this. And finally, you have cloud testing. So nowadays, almost every company is trying to get the cloud services to set up their infrastructure. Suppose when you're automating something, right? When you write some automation test cases, or you need some kind of environment, right? You need to test, you need to run your test case on multiple environments, multiple operating systems, multiple device, right? So multiple browsers. And for that, you need to create a kind of an environment. So previously we were having like virtual machines and Docker containers and so on. So what this cloud testing means, what there are some companies, they will provide the services. They will provide the services. So that basically we can call them a cloud services. So what those services offer for us is they will just create the environment, whatever we required. According to our requirement, they will create an environment and they will give access for us. And that environment we can access, and we will able to set up everything in that environment, and we can run our automation test cases. We will, till we certified our product, we will able to access that environment. Once our job is done, so we can get back and our license will be over. So the cloud companies basically offering different type of packages, like AW is also one of the companies, SaaS Lab, Azure, Google Cloud. There are multiple vendors. They're offering their services, cloud servicing, cloud testing services. And basically these services are used for establishing the infrastructure and setting up the environment, development as well as the testing environment. And once the job is completed, and we can free up that environment, or we can free up that and then we will, if you want, you can renew the license again. We will use that environment for long time. Otherwise we can finish that one. So this is all about cloud testing. So if you know at least one tool like Amazon Web Services or SaaS Lab, Azure, Google, at least if you have idea about one thing, and you can easily work on some other environments. So have some basic idea about one of the environment, like it can be AWS or SaaS Lab, Azure, Google Cloud, whatever it is. And basically these are used for setting up the environment, setting up the infrastructure. So normally in big companies or MNCs, DevOps team will take care of these things. So DevOps team will take care of all CI/CD integration, and also along with the cloud testing, setting up the environment, all those things will be taken care. But if not, though, you have to take care of all these things as an automation tester. Okay, so this is all about cloud testing. So these are all automation tools. Okay, different levels, you have to learn different things. Initially, you can start with the software testing, and after that, you can learn some programming language. After that, first focus on the web automation testing. And after that, till here, you are eligible for automation tester. You can apply for the jobs. But if you want to enhance your skills, or if you want to make your resume very stronger, then you can add more skills to your resume. That is API or mobile testing, or performance or security testing. So I can suggest everyone to learn API or mobile testing after completion of web automation. Then you will your profile will be very stronger, and you will get a lot of calls from the companies, because you will have a multiple skill set here. And then once you join the company, then based on your requirement, you can improve your skills on other areas. Okay, so this is all about roadmap of QA or automation tester. And apart from this, there are some other tools also available in the market. They are codeless tools. So nowadays, these tools are, there are more tools are there in the market coming up. And basically these tools don't need any coding, because some people are interested to do the coding, and some people are not interested to do the coding, right? And people who don't like the coding, so they can look at these particular tools, RPA, Tosca, Test Rigger. So these are the tools available in the market which doesn't have any coding skills. So even though if you don't have any coding knowledge or programming knowledge, you can work on these tools. Okay, this is the second thing. But if you go as an automation tester, if you learn the programming, so then only the companies will give you more priority or more importance to you. If you know the programming language, okay, that is a sure option. So, but if you learn the codeless tools, yeah, definitely if they have requirement, then definitely they will give you offer if you learn the codeless tools. But if you want to sustain in the industry for the long time, especially in automation testing, it is better to have the coding skills, at least one language, whichever language you want. And nowadays, these three languages, Java, Python, and JavaScript. So these languages are having more demand in the market. Even in future also, whatever automation tools are coming up, so those tools also will use these programming languages. So if you learn one programming language, or if you upgrade in one programming language, in future, you can easily learn any other automation tool. Okay, so this is all about roadmap to QA or automation tester. So if you want to become an automation tester, initially you should know the software testing basics. That's the first thing. Second thing is you have to learn one programming language, and then you have to learn Selenium with the Java or Selenium with the Python combination along with some framework like Cucumber. And these are all additional tools, okay, not mandatorily required in the initial stage. Cypress, Catalan, and Playwright. There are so many tools are coming up in the market, but still they are not fully established. There are few companies are using those tools, okay. So, but very established tools are Selenium with Java or Selenium with Python and Cucumber. And Maven you have to learn, which is a build tool. GitHub you have to learn version control system, version control management system, and then you can learn one of them. And Jenkins you should have some basic idea. So how to run your test cases in Jenkins, how to establish the CI and CD environment. So all those things you have to be have some idea. And Docker, so some basic commands, how to create a Docker container and how can create environment in the Docker, how we can run the test cases on Docker. So you can have some basic idea on this. And after that, you can learn API testing. You can choose one of the tool, Postman or SoapUI. And then these two are manual testing we can do, but in RestAssured, you have to do the automation testing. You can learn Postman with combination of RestAssured, or else you can go with the Karate API. And if you want to learn mobile automation testing, then you can learn Appium. And after that, you can go to the next level, which is performance and security testing, and finally cloud testing. So this is a sequence of learning automation tools. So now I hope everybody's get some clarity where you have to learn and what we have to learn and how we have to learn. So to learn these tools, there are many ways you can learn. There are so many free videos are available in the social media or YouTube or Udemy or wherever you want. And if you are completely beginner, if you don't know anything about this automation and software testing, and you need a guidance, okay, you need a mentor, you need some trainer, and then you can do some kind of a course. Otherwise, if you know some basics, guys, so you don't need to attend any classes or any training. You can just explore the things yourself, and there are a lot of content is there in YouTube and other internet. Throughout the internet, you can fetch that content, you can find them, and you can learn yourself. Okay, so you can upgrade your skills. This is very much required. So if you learn some technologies today, tomorrow you have to again upgrade. So definitely the technologies will keep on outdating. So you have to update your skills every time. So you should be up to date in the market. So today, as per today, these are the tools are available in the market. But after few months, so the new tools will come into the market. So again, you have to upgrade your skills with the new tools. So that's a continuous process in IT industry. Okay, so keep it that in your mind. So if you're really interested to learn automation, if you're really interested to start your career in automation, then do some kind of analysis, do some kind of research. And if it is very much suitable for you, then only choose software testing career or automation testing career. And don't influence by anyone else. And suppose somebody got some job after learning this course, so myself also I will learn something, I will get the job. Don't think like that. Okay, so do your own analysis, do your own research, and if it is 100% suitable for you, even if you have a good confidence, then start learning software testing and then learn software automation testing. Okay, so this is all about this video. So based on this, you can choose what are the tools should be learned, and I hope everybody knows now what are the tools required to learn for automation testing, and focus on them and become a good automation tester. So thanks for watching, guys.